Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. Hi, my name is Magic Pumpkin, and I'm pretty sure I've already said this in a video before. I'm not 100% certain, I can't really remember. So I used to be Magic Bun Bun. We have transitioned to a new name called Magic Pumpkin. Not really that different. There's still going to be a bunny involved in some of like the logos, the branding and whatnot, but that's more dealing with the Twitch channel. So if you're interested in Twitch, you can check me out on there. We're playing a lot more games. We do some tarot over there occasionally, near and closer to new and full moons. It's a possibility to get a free reading, so if you're interested in that, everything is always linked down below. The only news that I really have to do before we get into this video, which is a community reading for Aries season, is I started a second YouTube channel, and that is for if you don't like Twitch, or you can't make it to the Twitch lives where I'm playing different pixel games, a little cozy, a little comfort. I do like horror, I really do, so sometimes they're kind of in that realm or like a mysterious vibe. I'm going to be cutting them up and putting them on the second YouTube channel called Pumpkin Coven Gaming. I will make sure that it's also linked down below so you can check that out. It is just a YouTube channel, and I'm not quite sure at this time and place right now if I'm going to be creating any content that is purely just for that channel. You know, it would just be game related, gaming news, keeping in the realm though of witchy, mysterious, those type of vibes. So I still want to keep that witchy theme going on. There's a lot of witchy games out there, so I wanted to do that. And just keep that as a primary focus. Also, I really love pixel games. I love pixel art. I love it all. So this gives me an opportunity to kind of archive those streams and put them on there. I do try to cut out a lot of like the conversations that have nothing to do with the game, unless I find like, you know, you really need to hear it. I do my best to try to cut that out. If I go and take a break, I cut that out. So it's kind of like just the game focus. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in any of the games there. But yeah, and also subscribe to the channel for that. This will primarily, I know I put some games on here. I decided to make it a second channel, so if you don't like gaming, you don't have to go over there. This channel is going to stay occult focused, tarot focused. I'm just a multi-dimensional being, like many of us are. We have different hobbies, different interests, and I just know if I'm doing it live on stream anyways for Twitch, sometimes things get deleted, VODs disappear. I wanted to give them a nice home afterwards. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, in the description, I'm sure I'll have something on here already. I'll already have something posted on here as well, so like on the screen telling you where you can go find it, but otherwise it will be in the description box if you would choose to join me on that, you know, little gaming journey there. Okay, anyways, yes, welcome to this community reading. What I mean by that is that we're going to do a group reading. All the tarot is going to be a group focus, maybe 1 or 2 oracle decks. Typically I like to do, because I am going to be using the surrender deck in here, I will be keeping like this part of like the group part of the reading. I think I've got 2 focused for that, and then 2 to 3 other decks I will be using after that. That will be for you to pick. So you could pick 1, 2, or 3 for each of those. So you can pick 1, then you can pick 2 or 3. You can do a combination. You can do whatever you would like to when we get to that part right there. But I want to start with the tarot, and then we'll open that up to more oracle. So these are going to be themes for Aries season, things to, you know, be aware of, maybe challenges along the way. We do have Mercury going retrograde April 1st, funny enough, April 1st. So keeping that in mind, communication is going to be really key here, but we'll deal with that as we get closer to those dates. Right now, Aries season for my time zone starts at March 19th at 10:07 p.m. Central, technically daylight time. We're in daylight saving, so CDT. So that is at 10 o'clock, so typically probably closer to March 20th. Depending on your time zone, it could still be March 19th or March 20th, but for my time zone, it starts at 10 o'clock at night, Aries season. You know, sun moves into Aries, so that's going to be really, really fun. I might actually be doing something on Tuesday night on Twitch that's a free Magic Circle event. I have it planning. I'm cautious. If I am doing it, it will be in the description box below. A free like spring cleaning spell. I have it in the works, but there's some things that I have to work out that at this point, as I'm recording this, I haven't sorted just yet. I need to run it through and like make sure, because I want to make sure that it is as accessible as possible, make it as easy to attend if you would like to attend for it and join in for the Magick. Until I get that sorted, it's something for the plan. If it doesn't happen, if you're like, you never saw it pop up, it is for a plan for the other, for like the summer solstice, winter solstice, and fall equinox. Maybe I'll have it ready and set to go for there. Just have some logistics I have to work out. So, but it is on my mind. I want to do at least 4 free events, free Magick events for people who really need the energy, who would like to participate and just see what a Magic Circle experience is with me. There you go. If you're wondering what the Magic Circle is, it is something I host twice a month. For every new and full moon, we host a Magic Circle. You have to secure your spot on my website here. It's typically $11.11, and it comes with candle magic, a group tarot reading, and different themes based off of the moon and the season and all that good stuff. But this one would be for free if I can get it set up to do so. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot for this introduction. And I was just making sure that I was recording, because that would really suck if I wasn't recording right now. For a second, I didn't think I was. Anyways, let us switch over right now. And when I say switch over, is because I'm going to switch my camera. Get my deck ready here. Let's switch to this camera. And here we go. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Alright, I think we can see everything just nicely. I'll take away my face here if it proves to be in the way of a lot of the cards, because the cards are the main focus, right? Let's find out right now from the divine, from spirit, from our ancestors, what is it that we need to know about Aries season? What is it that we should be cautious of, wary of, warned about, keep on, on our minds? But what could be heading our way? What is the energy there? One more time. Okay. I know, don't worry. I see the tower there. Our first card right here was the 8 of Swords in reverse. And our second card over here is the 10 of Wands upright. And then we have the Tower. So right off the bat, we're getting some like heavy energy in here, but this is going to be good for us, okay? So we're trying to free ourselves, right? You might have mentally been very stuck. You've been handling and doing a lot. There's been a lot on your plate. Your energy level, you've been trying to keep that under control, and it's becoming a lot. It might be feeling very overwhelming. Now, another thing to note is during Aries season is that we're going to be having eclipses. We're going to be having eclipses when the new and full moon, or the full moon coming up, is going to be going on. So this can create a lot of chaotic energy that has no direction. It could be feeling very heavy. You may be wanting to make sure to schedule those days for extra sleep, extra rest. But we have a foundation here. Now, I know the Tower card is not a very welcoming card, but it's because the foundation is going to be shooken up. And when I say that, it's more of like, don't be afraid of things falling apart. Routines that you were trying to get in place, perhaps like with this, like you were trying to lighten the mental load, you were trying to do a certain way, a tactic of doing so, and it didn't work out the way you wanted to. Things are going to break apart for your benefit, okay? So we don't want to resist this change. These cards just don't want to fall in front here. They want to go everywhere else. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups here, the 4 of Pentacles here, 9 of Wands, and then the Page of Pentacles. But there was another message within this too, about breaking things apart. Things that you've been trying to hold on to, maybe like feeling like it's taken away from you, might be falling apart, because we're seeing someone like take a step back, like right away. When I was thinking of this, and we see the 9 of Wands up here, right here, this is like, we have to take a step back. We haven't reached this conclusion. This also might be a very big challenge for some of you, is to see things be concluded. With this Aries season as well, the way you've been doing something, you've been very strict on yourself. This aha moment is because Aries is going to spark something in you. It's going to want to make you change. And you might be like, I've been so steady, I've been so good with this, and now I have to change it up. Like, I don't want to do it. But we're going to harness that Aries energy. Aries is a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs are good at initiating change. They're good at initiating things and wanting to get things moving and going. So you want to harness that energy. I do feel for some of you as well. We have the Six of Cups in reverse underneath like this card of isolation, this 8 card right there. And it's like, number one, you're not truly ever alone. You've got spirits, you've got your divine guides that are there. They're trying to help and support you. Don't ever feel like you have to do this alone. And also we have this beginner energy, this Page of Pentacles. You're going to start something up again. You're going to see opportunity where others don't see that sort of energy, okay? As well, I have to get at least 2 more cards. Hold on. I also get this, like, you're trying to do it on your own. And since you're trying to do it on your own, it's like you're trying to have these strict routines on your own. Let's see if anything else pops into here to see if you should be getting more help and you should be seeking more help. The Empress and the Ace of Cups. And then we have the King of Wands. We got a lot of court cards. I think, we're only missing a Knight in here. So maybe it's in reference to you yourself becoming the Knight. But we have the King of Wands, which is Leo energy. Can also be associated with Aries and Sagittarius, but I particularly have the King of Wands with Leo energy. And that's a good energy to have because it's fixed, it's steady energy, but it takes a lot of work to get it that way. Hence why people like to say Leos are high maintenance. I just realized, like my face, you have to put the card up there. We have the Empress bringing in a little bit of Taurus and Libra energy. She encompasses Venus energy. We have Mars and Venus in the same reading. So the Tower is of Mars, which is actually rules over Aries. And in traditional astrology, also Scorpio energy. But I think we're getting more of that vibe of the fire energy coming into here, Mars and Venus. And then the Ace of Cups, of course, a representation of all the water signs, okay? So we have a little bit of everything coming into here, but we're also having this issue of working so hard that you don't take care of yourself. You're not nurturing yourself. You're too busy chasing after everything. It's hard for you to take a seat. Okay, you're taking a seat. Now I know you're like, well, Aries initiates change. It's a lot of energy, a lot of fiery energy, but you're going to lead to burnout. That's another example of this 9 of Wands into here. And it's a challenge because you feel like you're getting very close to that burnout. What can you do to take a step back? How can you better fill your cup this Aries season? So for most of you out there, it's going to be like Aries season's going to come along. You're going to want to make changes. A lot of people are going to be feeling very revitalized, but perhaps when that Mercury goes retrograde, it's going to feel like, whoa, I need to slow down a bit. I need to take it a little bit slower because like you don't want to make a lot of mistakes. Now, don't be afraid to make mistakes. This Page of Pentacles is like you're still in a learning habit. You still want to pick up a new skill. You want something that you want to see that sees abundance. Now, the King of Wands comes in here and goes, hey, okay, we also have a 3 of Pentacles like lurking underneath this king. This king comes in and goes, whoa. We daily tasks, daily routines, yes, are incredibly important. We understand that. However, we also need to look at the bigger picture and goal. So when you are like, oh my God, but I'm trying to do these things every single day, I'm trying to set these new routines, and you're trying to do all of this at once, this may cause like that burnout energy. We have an ace right here. This ace is like we need to take things one step at a time. This is why we have to wind things back. This is why some things fall apart because you try to take on too much all at once. Even though that Aries energy is like, I want to do it all at once. I'm so excited because this is an astrological new year. This feels like revitalization. This feels like I'm going to hit a hard reset on 2024 and I want to get started and getting going now. Take it slow. It's attracting, it's aligning on the path. And I know a lot of times people throw these words out there and sometimes you love it or you hate it, and I totally get that. But attracting what it is that you want into your life, what you want to cultivate, I view it more like that. Cultivating the energy you want to be accustomed to you and to create it. That energy, it's always like that saying of like calls to like. It's always like find those little moments of joy of that energy that you want in your everyday life and see it grow, nurture it, bring it into your daily routine that doesn't feel super overwhelming for you, okay? I've seen someone like trying to gather their resources. They're trying to get their bills in order. And like, who isn't? You know what I mean? But you're trying to get your bills in order. You're trying to see the empire you're trying to build. And this is also an influence. This is coming from, because we have this King of Wands in particular, they are an influence. People follow their actions because they're like, damn, like you're so inspiring. You are so inspiring. You invigorate me. And you may be wanting to be in a position to either find a mentor or find a guide that makes you feel that way, versus do you see that way in yourself? Are you inspiring to yourself, or do you feel like things need to fall apart a little bit here? You know, taking a few steps back, taking care of yourself and your well-being, and also taking care of your creativity. If you're too much in the routine of this earth energy, this fire energy, you need to have something more cooler. You need to have the more creative juices going. You may have to be dealing with that. Some of you also, this is definitely mother-child energy going on into here. A little bit of that father energy, trying to find that balance. Perhaps you're a parent and whatnot, that you're trying to find that balance, making sure you do take care of yourself. You refill your own cup in that thing. You find the joy, you find spirit, you find in creativity, whether you're creating art, you're doing a hobby, you're finding more time to read, to play games, you're taking a spa day. You're going to make time for yourself. You're going to prioritize your wants and your needs. And people are going to be very inspired by that. They're going to see you as like, okay, well, you know, she works, she gets her stuff done. And I'm saying she just because I saw the Empress right here. But it could be you're getting your stuff done. And you're also making sure to take time for yourself as well. Also, you don't need other people to view you in that way. Like, you don't need to post on social media, right? As long as you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna glow. You're gonna have this like King of Wands energy around you. Okay, so surrender cards. Let's say self-care. We might do some self-care, but I do self-care for a lot of my other readings too, so I feel like, I can keep them out of this one and we'll use it in a different video, or I'll use it for the shorts that I posted. I'm posting shorts more frequently now. So like daily card pulls, little daily readings if you're interested in that. Okay, what do we need to surrender? What do we need to let go of for Aries season? Let's card at the bottom. It doesn't really matter the order these came out, but I'm pretty sure this is the order they came out in. One of these two were first. I don't remember which. Okay, surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. When these moments hit, this is speaking of the Tower. It is a spark that leads to a creative project, something that you're building that is so beautiful, and it's just like you fills your soul with such great joy and happiness. But it could make you feel like, because we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and that is when defenses go up in like an attack mode. You may be feeling attacked by a certain someone. This could be like a motherly figure or someone who tries to act like a mother to you. You could be like a motherly figure that attacks you, but maybe instead it inspires you to change something, because perhaps you're in the midst of still breaking a generational curse, because this is very strict energy. This Four of Pentacles, there's also a little bit here. Now, we always talk about balance in here. I think a lot of people always talk about balance. And this is about like, yes, take care of yourself, but don't go overspend on yourself, okay? You have enough going on. You don't need to spend. You can buy like yourself one thing. You don't need 9 things, that kind of energy. And then we have surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. If you always notice, like this is that aha moment, you notice someone that does get your defenses up, that you need to have boundaries, you need to do this. Some of you might be more called to also for Aries season, when you're initiating this change, you might also want to start it with like a ritual dealing with water. I know there's also with fire to do like a cord cutting, since you kind of see this fire water energy. Maybe it's a combination of the two you should do. And the water can be just like cleansing your energy, like you take a shower, you do a ritual bath, but it's like washing away that energy for you of this relationship, you know. And some of you may just need a good cry, just putting that out there. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And that was kind of reference to making sure you prioritize yourself, because also in nature, the Empress is typically always seen in like a forest or river. She's there in nature, sitting in nature. Perhaps that's where you need to go. Drop the things that you're trying to do and just go into the woods and just have that moment of silence, that moment of reprieve. You could be like me, who like, I appreciate a good, you know, a good walk in the woods occasionally. I usually require like a body of water to be nearby. It's so pretty. Or I'm more of like, there could be some trees, some really nice grass, but I want it to be like really close by. I don't like to spend too much time in nature. Like, I was at glamping or something. Like, I'm not talking about going camping, but I'll go glamping, you know. And then we have surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. This is going to be what you're fighting about. And this also gives me vibes of someone who's trying to so vastly change their routine. It's like changing and becoming a whole nother person. And I get that wanting that transformation is what you want. And that's why I think some people really end up failing when they're trying to do resolutions, is because you're trying to change so many aspects. If you take from the King's position, the King's position is like, you're setting yourself free, and you should do this in more of like a quarterly fashion. In the first part of the months, you know, put yourself up, like have a timeline, focus on this for just the first 2 to 3 months, and then do it, because this is a lifelong journey. This is not something that you're just going to change in 1 year. This is you're setting the intent for future years as well. Okay, so let me pull now, before we get to the individuals, I'm going to pull this one as part of the collective read. And just do remember, this is a collective read. This still means it's general reading, so not everything is going to fit within your story, so do not try to force it to fit, okay? Take what resonates and leave all that is left behind. But if you're like, but I do want a personal reading, you know where to find me in my Ko-fi. You can book a private reading with me. I've got like a low chill, no vibe, you don't know questions. It's just you want the vibes. I got that one. And then I do have one if you do have a specific question. Everything is always linked down below, so you know how to book a private reading with me. A little self-promo in this reading, okay? Just a little one. Like to remind people. All right, one more time. That is a lot, so we're gonna go with this. The first one we have is familiar, deep bonds. Ooh, now this is like, this could also just be like in reference to you and a spirit, like you and your intuition, your higher self into here. I also am saying 4, and like we have the Emperor, so you have the Tower. I said we had a little bit of that fiery energy. Well, Aries actually rules over the Emperor, or associated with the Emperor energy in the tarot, and he's number 4. So we're seeing that we're trying to build the foundation. We're trying to work on it for Aries season. You got some like goals in mind because you want this to be forever energy, but you've got to take it just a tad bit slower. Okay, overall, everything else, take a tad bit slower. Find out who and what situations you need to cut out. Sometimes just because they just don't fit your needs, you're gonna need to schedule some time for some self-care, some alone time, or just some time for you to be with your thoughts. Some of you are going to be wanting to practice your intuition because you want to know when you're having an aha moment versus like, you know, seeing, and it's interesting because it's like the hanging bone, seeing the signs. When the signs are being sent to you, listen to those. Listen to your intuition. Be guided from it. Even if it feels like this is chaotic, this is changing, it's supposed to be that way, but you're going to be able to get over it because you're going to take a few steps back and observe the situation before you make your next move. We have flying ointment, let loose, kind of just in reference to that, like letting loose, letting things be as they are, you know. This is having that time and place. And then we have that beautiful full moon. So maybe the full moon is going to be really, because it is like the eclipse season coming up, maybe very essential for you out there, okay? Crossing the veil, we have got mourning. Now when I see this come up, especially with a lot of this and a lot of the themes we're seeing in here, that we're going to be like changing ourselves, revitalizing ourselves, you know, finding better ways to nourish ourselves, you can mourn for who you were and give them that space and thank yourself for how far you've come, but you're ready to move on. Little things that you've been like, they've just been so bothered of, that you're ready to make a change from. Like if you wanted to get up early and then you're like, I sleep till 10, and it's like, well, you sleep till 10, you're like, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. That is too big of a jump. Not impossible, but too big, and you may grow to hate it. It may not be beneficial for you because you did not plan. What are you going to do between the hours of 5 a.m. and 10 a.m.? Did you make sure you go to bed early? You know, like all of these little things you want to do require other steps that you need to pre-think about before you do it, so that you set yourself up for success when that happens, okay? Like some people are like, I want to wake up because I want to work out. I need time to work out. That's great, but do you know what your workout is going to be? What is it going to look like? You know, stuff like that. Keeping that in mind, okay? And then we have the elements back to the basics, because some things are just what they are. Surrendering and going back to the basics. This is overall, we're taking a step back, especially because you want to be learning about something. And we have, like I said, we have the Page of Pentacles, which is the Keeper of Pentacles, keeper of the little pumpkin in there, keeper of earth energy, and then we have water energy just popping into here, like being offered, being presented. And here it is, Spirit's trying to present you with a sign, with this inspiration. They're trying to get you to be like, hey, focus in on this aspect of your life. Water, which is intuition, psychic ability, creativity, feeling like you're creating something beautiful, creating your environment to be beautiful. Okay, you're trying to bring this beauty into it, and changing these steps, you need to give space and emotion, and like analyze those emotions of just like how you felt, how you were before you transform into who you want to be. And this is just the beginning process. You don't have to get this all done in just Aries season. You know, Taurus comes in after that. That is that earth energy. We're trying to set up that earth energy of Taurus to be a very successful one. It is fixed energy though, so what you're trying to initiate here, you want it to move into Aries or Taurus season, excuse me, because you want it to be steady. You want it to keep growing. You want that abundance and that prosperity, right? So keep that in mind. What you're trying to initiate here, because you want it to grow in Taurus season. And don't try to look further than that, you know, right now. This could be too overwhelming for that. But do keep in mind, we've got Gemini, and that's going to be like making some changes, adapting to change. So there we go. Yeah, we're going to do this one. And then that one. Okay, got it. Okay, so this is one where you can pick. I'm going to do, this is like where your journey is. So if you're interested in where you are in your journey right now, you can pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to draw 3 cards. And like I said, you can pick a combination. You can pick all 3. You don't have to pick any if you don't want to. I'm going to find out, though, where you are in your journey right now. Well, I'm going to pop this back in here because I didn't want you to see that. Hold on, let me switch. So you don't see it. All right, 1 and 2 and 3 are here. So let me... Okay. They kind of went all over the place, making sure you can see them. I gotta actually move some of these cards back because we have 2 more decks after this. Okay, card 1, 2, and 3. Give you a second. Okay, card number 1, awaken. You're awakening, and this interesting, you know, you can't see it right there, is intuition. We have that eye. So you're awakening for Aries season. Like, you're in a place in a journey where you're trying to awaken your third eye. You're trying to awaken your intuition. You're trying to awaken your psychic powers. You're trying to commune. You're trying to, like, commune with the dead. Like, you're trying there. Like, you're prepping. That may be something you're trying to learn, and like you want it to happen faster, but it's not going to happen faster. Okay. You have some things to learn. It's okay being a beginner. You might want to find a mentor. Some of you out there, if you're wanting to work with psychic powers and you have a deity that you work with, like if it's not just spirit, you may want to leave an offering, because I have a feeling it's very connected to the Empress. Now, I know High Priestess is very much attuned with the psychic powers, and you can definitely find your own version of a High Priestess, you know, and give that. But I also get this more as like goddess energy, like we're working with the goddess to, you need to either they work with water, they're close to water, or you want to leave an offering of water, or like a drink. It doesn't have to be water. It's just the most basic thing to do. It's the most accessible thing to do, so you want to do that, but you can leave any sort of offering out there. Okay, number 2, taking the leap. It's okay to be a beginner. Fingers crossed, everything will be fine. This is that letting loose energy right up there. This is taking the leap of faith, surrendering to what it is up there. It's kind of someone in a position, kind of like the Fool card. You're taking that leap. You're having that faith and that trust, okay? And then we also have this, taking the leap. And I know it's like what the Tower, but it's like taking that leap off of the thought, like off of this new idea, this new spark of energy, okay? And if you take that leap with faith, you're gonna land like Frankenstein monster does right there. Okay, and card number 3, connected. We've got connected, and we've got connected, like we have it right close to the basics of the elements. You may be feeling very connected to the elements, trying to reconnect with earth, trying to reconnect. And I say earth because like the Empress is in here, we've got Pentacles, so it's a lot of earth energy right down the middle here. But feel more connected with others. Maybe you want to rekindle connections with others, to have conversations about what it is that you want to accomplish, because you want like an accountability person, or you want to also have someone like hold someone else accountable and they hold you accountable, that sort of stuff. Okay, so then we have that one. And now this one I'm going to need a little guidebook for, because I don't use it too often, but I thought this was perfect. For Aries season, we have the Audacity deck. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to switch the cameras again, just to be safe. Just to be safe that you don't see what it is beforehand. You can pick 1, 2, or 3. And 3. 2, 3. Make sure I get those in the right order. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. And I'm so sorry, but this is such a mess. I cannot work in this condition. So while I'm fixing this up, pick 1, 2, or 3. Okay, card number 1, you have the 2 of D's. Wonder 2 of these what? Let me just see what it says about this. Things that come in pairs. 2 birds of a feather, 2 boots you can lick, 2 headlights of a non-car variety, 2 of D's nuts. Your message: the time has come to guide those in question to the 2 of D's. Chestnuts, balls, nads, family jewels, nuts, cojones. You get the idea. So if you have a choice to make, things that you've been deciding on, things can sometimes come in pairs though. Why choose? Your message: the time has come to guide those in question to the 2 of D's. This deck is so funny. I'm not exactly certain what choices I should say you have to make, but like you've been trying to make a choice, and sometimes I'm also thinking like, can you? There's one obvious thing. When this change happens, do you choose to go with it, or do you stay in your own way? Do you stay like with comfort, or do you expand upon it? There is that way. There's also a way of trying to do things comfortably, and trying to make sure you do things where it's not a full like compromise. I was trying to think of the word compromise. You don't fully have to go one or the other. Okay, so there you go. Card number 1, you got 2. All right, card number 2, you have this one. You have the sun. Now I'm gonna double check what this means, because I'm not sure if it means just like the sun in the tarot card. So hold on. Okay. The source of all life, the generator, the father, the maker of a new day. The sun comes into our lives to nurture, grow, warm, and signal a new day. But as integral as the sun is to our life as we know it, the sun can also burn. It's time to turn the page, start a new chapter, and not dwell in the past. Tomorrow is another day. So this is more along the lines for this sun card. It's just like when things like you have a bad day, don't worry, there's going to be a fresh new start tomorrow. Another sun is going to rise, the next day, or the sun's going to rise on the next day. This is also about like, this gives me that vibe of the burnout as well, making sure like you take care of yourself so you don't lead to burnout. And sometimes you just have a bad day. And it's okay. Go to sleep early, if you have to. Watch some garbage TV and it's absolutely fine. And just chill, scroll TikTok, go to bed, and start fresh the next day. Okay, card number 3, you have the star. Okay, so let me just triple check with this one, which I have it right here. All eyes on you. You're the star, the center of attention, the celebrity. It's your time, and you are relishing it. You finally topped triple-digit likes on your social media post. Your ex drunk text you. Your nemesis got canceled, and your complexion is looking pretty clear today. All in all, it's a winning day. Just don't trip on your train and fall face first down the stairs. The paparazzi is ready for their clickbait and tabloid photos. Stay humble. So don't let your success during Aries season, this is probably more for those who are ready to and like accepting and are enthusiastic for a change to happen. Stay humble. People, when you start getting successful, people are waiting to jump and like see when you fall, because they are going to make sure like they didn't care about your successes as much as they do your failures. Okay. So to round this up, we're going to do a therapet. Now this one I don't have to change the camera because I can't flip these out. The deck is too large. So this is going to end your reading on a very nice high note, a message you need to hear right now. It is kind. It is something that you can carry for all of Aries season, or at least carry you for the rest of the day after you watch this video, and maybe the day afterwards. Who knows? But again, choose 1, 2, or 3. One, 2, or 3. Okay. Card number 1. Remember, you can pause at any time. If I'm going too fast, take a pause. Okay. Card number 1. You're still making progress, even on your worst days. Ooh, let me know if, like, we were talking about pile for 2, card number 2 there, if you picked the number 1 for this one. Because you're still making progress, even on your worst days. Card number 2. You are a whole person. You are complete. You are a whole person. You are complete. Love that. And then card number 3. A bad day doesn't mean a bad life. Tomorrow will be different. This is spot on. Whoever, if you ever picked this one, let me know if you picked this card or this one. Like, maybe you did pick this one. I mean, it still can be attached. It'd be different messages you need to hear. But overall, seems like the collective, you may have some bad days coming up, or just things didn't go to plan. Like I said, we kind of started off this reading as like your routine, things you've put to place didn't end up the way you wanted it to be. And you're like holding on to a lot of that. And this could be that toxic relationship with yourself of perfectionism. You didn't get it right today, you'll get it right tomorrow. And otherwise, you're going to make progress. You're going to find out what went wrong, and then you're going to make those changes. Don't be so harsh on yourself during this season, okay? This is just the beginning. We're initiating this change. This is going to go all the way to 2025 if you take in consideration the whole astrological new year. This is just starting. We're just initiating change now, and you're going to have plenty of opportunities to make adaptations and changes and go with these changes, you know, and see where you made mistakes and you're like, okay, this is what I did wrong, and realize you're still making progress because you're learning. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Have an amazing Aries season. We'll make it through this retrograde. We always do. It's not ever that scary. It's just a little bit chaotic, and who doesn't vibe with chaotic vibes, okay? Remember, if you like my style of readings, please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you around. Share this video with a friend who maybe has an Aries placement, who would like to know what's coming up for Aries season. And like the video, likes, drop a comment. It really helps me out, helps me build my channel. It's a free way to support the channel. I do appreciate that. And yeah, remember to subscribe to my second gaming channel if you would like to be there for games, or follow me on Twitch and we can play games live together. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.